Even if nobody's going to say it, I am. Most financial advisors are completely failing their clients in today's economy when they choose to focus exclusively on retirement and ignore their clients' immediate income gaps. There, I said it, and I'm being a little dramatic. Seriously, is yours doing that too? Is your financial advisor focused on getting you to retirement someday while completely ignoring how you could be creating additional income streams today? Well, that gap could be costing you decades of financial freedom. I'm in Jadeka. I'm a financial advisor, and I've spent years on both sides of that table as a licensed investment advisor and as someone who's built multiple income streams myself. And what I've discovered might surprise you. And I hope that by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why most financial advisors are not equipped to help you build income streams and what to do about it. And I need you to stick with me because I am going to reveal the 3 critical limitations of traditional financial guidance that is keeping you from thriving in today's economy. In a world where job security is becoming a myth and inflation is eating away at your buying power, creating additional income streams isn't just nice to have, it is becoming a non-negotiable. Thus, having someone who can help you both organize your existing money and help you create new ways to grow income is essential for your financial resilience. So let me take you behind the curtain of the financial advisory world for a minute. I'll never forget sitting in my first training session when I became a licensed investment advisor. There was a speaker who stood at the front of the room and wrote the letters AUM on the whiteboard. That stands for Assets Under Management. This, he said, this is how you get paid. Your job is to gather assets, invest them for the long term, and earn your fee each year. That moment perfectly captures the first major limitation of many traditional financial advisory models, the assets under management trap. Now, let me be clear. In my opinion, there's nothing inherently wrong with advisors charging a reasonable fee for managing investments. If you desire a human advisor who provides regular insight, whether the markets are up or down, someone who you can always go to about your specific situation, who assists you with tax planning and retirement strategy, then that expertise in a relationship has genuine value. And in those cases, I understand having a sliding fee model where that fee decreases as your investments grow. So for some people with straightforward investment needs, a robo-advisor might be just fine. No harm, no foul. But for others, here's the key issue that arises. Many traditional financial advisors are primarily trained to help you accumulate and manage investments. They're not focused on helping you create separate income streams or building businesses that generate cash flow. Their business model and training simply doesn't emphasize it. And that's not a criticism of the individuals. It's simply the reality of how most advisors are trained. But it's important for you to understand this limitation because in today's economy, building multiple streams of income isn't optional anymore. Next, the second major limitation is what I call the retirement only mindset. So I was watching a video recently where a financial expert pointed out something really interesting. When he was trained as a financial advisor, they were always so focused on taking your money and getting you to retirement. The entire conversations that they would have with clients was about putting money into mutual funds or annuities so you could retire someday. But what about the here and now? What about creating income that could give you freedom, options, and security today, not just when you're 65 or 70? And I've discovered this firsthand too. The traditional financial world has a very linear script that they want you to follow. So work a job for 40 plus years, save diligently in retirement accounts, live frugally until you hit some magic number, then finally retire and start living. This playbook completely ignores the possibility of building passive income streams that could transform your life now, not decades from now. I remember when I was managing investments professionally and I would have conversations with people in their 40s who had solid savings but were completely burnt out on their careers. They'd ask about options for creating income outside of their jobs, and I realized the traditional financial planning toolbox just didn't have great answers for that. And that's when I started to see the limitations of the conventional approach. It's not that traditional advisors are wrong, it's that their focus is narrow just by design. The third and possibly most significant limitation is what I call the triple role blind spot. And this is actually an area where I've intentionally developed my own expertise to better serve the people that I work with. I was listening to a fascinating interview with a successful business coach who pointed out that to truly create wealth, you need to embody 3 critical roles. One is the advisor. So this is about technical competence, caring about people, and practicing your craft. Next is they need to be the entrepreneur. This is the part of that person that is the calculated risk taker who is freedom oriented and they are opportunistic. And the other part is the business owner. This is the disciplined systems builder who establishes processes and measures results. Here's the critical insight. Most financial advisors are only trained in one of these roles, and that is the advisor role. They know the technical aspects of financial products and planning, but they haven't been trained as entrepreneurs or business owners themselves. So how can someone advise you on creating a business income stream if they've never built one? How can they guide you through the entrepreneurial journey if they've never taken that path? So think about it. When someone gets licensed as a financial advisor, they're learning about securities regulations, investment products, and financial planning methods. They are not necessarily learning how to spot market opportunities, create valuable offers, or build systems for passive income. And this is precisely why I've spent not just days or hours, but years and significant investment developing myself in all three of these dimensions. I have invested in conferences, five-figure coaching programs, masterminds, and accountability groups. I have put in the sweat equity to develop these skills, take action, and I've learned from both successes and failures. I have intentionally positioned myself as an advisor who embodies all three roles because I've seen how powerful this combination can be in helping people create true financial freedom. It's not just enough to manage money well. You need to know how to create and grow it through entrepreneurial channels and systematize it through sound business principles. So what's the solution? So what I've discovered is that people need what I call three-dimensional mentorship. That's guidance that addresses all three of these critical roles. The first dimension is understanding where you are in your financial journey. So if you're still struggling with cash flow, with budgeting and debt, then you likely need to solve those foundational issues before focusing on income streams. So this is typically the domain of a financial coach rather than an advisor. So you can get your financial house in order first. The second dimension is starting to cultivate all three roles within yourself and finding someone to guide you that embodies all three of them as well. When it comes to the advisory role, that means becoming knowledgeable about investment fundamentals, tax implications, and risk management. You don't need to become an expert, but you just need to understand the basics. When it comes to that entrepreneurial role, you need to develop your ability to spot opportunities, take calculated risks, and even create value in the marketplace. This mindset is essential for creating new income streams. In that business owner role, that encompasses learning systems thinking. It means measuring what matters and creating processes that can eventually run without your constant involvement. This is what transforms active income into passive income. So like I mentioned before, I personally invested years strengthening all three of these dimensions. And truth be told, this approach has been transformative, not just for me, but for the people I work with. So ultimately, the third dimension is applying these roles to specific income generating strategies. So for example, let's say that there's a person that has $600,000 invested and ultimately they want to set up $51,000 in annual retirement income. They might deal with a traditional advisor that simply tells them just to keep contributing to their retirement account and wait. But with a more intentional advisor, the approach might be utilizing passive income streams like dividends from quality dividend stocks or interest-bearing investments, or it could mean developing a digital product business which brings in additional income that could shore up that future lifestyle desire without having to wait decades to do it. And all of this doesn't mean abandoning traditional investments entirely. It just means complementing them with strategies that generate income now, not just in the distant future. Just remember, a traditional financial advisor is paid to help you accumulate wealth slowly over decades. But if you want to create income streams that give you freedom and options today, you need a different approach, one that combines the advisor, entrepreneur, and business owner mindsets. The key insight is this: very few professionals embody all three roles. That's why I've intentionally positioned myself as an advisor who can help you with all three dimensions, managing your existing wealth while helping you create new streams of income through entrepreneurial strategies and sound business principles. So, with all that said, if you are ready to move beyond the limitations of traditional financial guidance and start creating real income streams now, I would love to help. I've developed a program specifically designed to address all three dimensions that we've discussed today. My Pivot and Prosper program is where personal financial management meets building additional income streams. It is the triple threat approach that most advisors simply do not offer. So, To see if this program is right for you, you can book a 60-minute thorough assessment session with me where I'll analyze your current situation and develop a 90-day action plan. This session alone provides immense value. You could literally stop there and have a clear roadmap forward. But if it makes sense for your situation, I may also recommend that you consider the Pivot and Prosper program for ongoing support. And as you prepare for this mindset shift that we just discussed, be sure to check out my next episode, which talks about the 3 mindset shifts that you need to transform your side business from just being a hobby to being an income stream. In that episode, I'm going to break down the critical belief changes that you need to successfully monetize your ideas. And as always, hit the subscribe and notification bell so you do not miss anything. Thank you for watching, and remember that your financial future doesn't have to wait until retirement. It can start today.